How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Jose, aka TheNYCGeek, aka TNG, aka your Elden Lord. Even on a Monday, even though this is being recorded on Monday and it'll come out on Tuesday, still on a Monday, still your Elden Lord, aka the one who will sit on the throne today, aka your tribal chief, aka the guy who wants to talk about what is next for Disney. What is next for Marvel, right? Because right now, Disney is at its lowest point and they are trying everything they can to try to throw a Hail Mary. They are using the final card that they have left. Okay, this is it. This is their ace. I would say their ace in hole, but they're going to ruin that too. They're trying to use the final card that they have left, the XMen and Deadpool by extension, okay, to try and lure people back. They're hoping that it will instill something in the, that would be akin to hope, right? To the Marvel consumers who are out there that they are losing more and more because even the normies are starting to realize that they deserve better. Okay, you deserve a better product than the trash that Marvel has been serving you for years. Okay, and we are coming off of one of the most disastrous years for Disney that there has ever been. Okay, I cannot recall a year as bad as this for Disney. Last year was a resounding defeat for them on all fronts. And that's the word. That is the word that we have to start using now, okay? That word is key because that is how we have to think of this as attacks on our beloved properties that's been going on for over a decade now, as if it's a war, because that's what it is. They're infecting pop culture. They've been infected. They've already infected it. And 2023, more than any other year in recent memory, was the year where the world finally felt like, we felt it in 2022, we felt it in 2021, surely, but 2023 was definitely the year of messing around and finding out, it felt like the world was actually healing, like the pendulum was starting to swing back, it was starting to shift back, and when even the mainstream media like the Voxes, the Varieties, the Kotakus, these shills that have been in the pocket of Disney for so long, okay, they've been suckling on that House of Mouse teat for so long that even they could no longer protect the House of Mouse and its failing products anymore. They are hemorrhaging money from every orifice, and it is beautiful to see. It is a wonderful sight to see because from the lack of attendance at their parks, okay, the parks are practically empty, plummeting stocks that saw the lowest price in nearly a decade, costing them billions, the near $300, they wish, $300 million disaster that was Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which was, I still to this day cannot understand how you can ruin Indiana Jones, one of the most beloved characters in cinematic history, to pure apathy. And again, yes, Indiana Jones cost them pretty much $300 million, if not more, because that's how much that movie lost them, okay? To pure apathy and lack of viewership for their Star Wars shows like Ahsoka, which nobody fucking watched, to the once mighty Pixar animation studio continually putting out bombs. We're talking about Pixar, man. This is the company that put Toy Story, that they were on the top of the world, and they've been putting out bombs like Elemental and Lightyear the year before. To Disney trying to go back to the well and putting out an animated musical film. That's their core. That's what made Disney Disney. And they tried to put out Wish, which was supposed to be a celebration of Disney, and seeing that movie flop. And of course, you got the creme de la creme, the colossal failures that were Ant-Man, Quantumania, and the Marvels for the MCU, or more, honestly, at this point, more appropriately, just the MCU, right? 2023 was a victory for those of us who want to see this kind of garbage go away. Well, I don't feel bad about it. We shouldn't feel bad about seeing these things happen. This is good. We want to see these disasters. not that we want to see disasters. You want to see these disasters blow up in their face, I should say, okay? But unfortunately, it's not going away. It's not going to go away because all signs are pointing to Disney doubling down on more of this stupidity, all right? Look at Echo. Look at Echo. I'm sure that Disney is like, please, somebody look at Echo because it was a failure in terms of viewership. We have Agatha, whatever the hell name that series is this time around because they've changed it like 4 damn times down the pipeline, all right? You've got the Thunderbolts. The Thunderbolts, which is going to be their own ghetto version of the Suicide Squad, which is already garbage. With characters that from the failed Black Widow movie, such as Gender Bent Taskmaster and Yelena Belova and the Thunderhead Red Guardian, because of course the man in that movie has to be a dope. Everybody else is competent except the guy. That's it. He's the only one who has to be a dope in that movie. Or Ghost from Ant-Man 2 is going to be there. Nobody remembers Ghost. You want to talk about forgettable villains? They're going to put Ghost from Ant-Man 2. Characters no one gives a shit about. That's going to be their next film after Deadpool 3, okay? Hell, we're seeing it clear as day with what they are trying to do to the X-Men 97. They are filling it with their propaganda, okay? And you have these fake-ass fans that have never read a comic in their life, okay? They've never read a comic in their life saying bullshit like Magneto and Professor X were inspired by civil rights leaders like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. No, they weren't. They were not, okay? Those words never came out of Stan Lee's mouth. And even Chris Claremont, who was the one who introduced the retcon histories of Magneto and Charles Xavier being friends, and that Magneto was a Holocaust survivor. Even he himself had said in interviews that I'm getting so mad. Even he himself has said in interviews that he never based his interpretations of those characters on those civil rights leaders. It's also kind of ironic how bigoted and racist that makes these woke zombies sound, that they think that Malcolm X is a good comparison to Magneto, man. Like, damn, right? When but that's the thing. They just keep regurgitating these lies. These woke zombies, they just drone the same NPC lines because they don't have a thought process for themselves, right? They don't have an original thought in their mind ever. They're like NPCs. You just put some script, some lines in them, and they'll just keep repeating it, beep, bop, boop. It's just so fucking dumb. And I'm not even going to further justify how wrong these people are because when it comes to the X-Men, because there's already people who've done it far, far better than me. Okay? They will do it far better than me. I invite many of you I invite all of you to go watch, even if you agree with what I'm saying, right? I invite all of you to go watch Eric July's thoughts on X-Men, social justice, and lies, okay? If you don't know who, he's broken this down before. If you don't know who Eric July is, check him out on Young Ripper 59. I'm sure you definitely know. You got to know who he is. I'll even post a link down to the description down below. Eric has probably forgotten more about comics than these woke zombies like 99% of these zombies know about comics, okay? He's probably forgotten more than they know. So he has broken it down in his videos, okay? But that's the thing. They don't care. These woke zombies don't care about the X-Men. They don't care about Batman. They don't care about anime. They don't care about Dungeons and Dragons. They don't care about any of these things, all right? All they want to do, as always, is infect another established property to serve as their agenda. That's always been what they want to do, okay? Look, I want to put up this article from the Fandom Pulse, okay? Hold on a second. Let me get this going. Let me put this here. Hold on one second. Okay? I want to put this article from the Fandom Pulse that came out 2 days ago. It came out 2 days ago talking about how the lead character designer and director have confirmed that they are redesigning characters for body diversity and to stay relevant. What did we say about poor Rogue? What did we say about poor Rogue, man? What did we say about poor Black Cat in my last video? These cancel pigs, hold on. These cancel pigs, especially these ultra feminists, right? They hate women. They actually hate attractive women. Okay? Because no one cares about them. They want to, it's why they're so mad about the Stellar Blade game and that Korean model who they based the character on, okay? The appearance of the character. And they're furious about it. Oh, it's objectifying the woman. How dare you? Dude, there are beautiful women out there. I hate to break it to you cancel pigs because I know when you look in the mirror, it cracks and nothing wants to even look upon you, you fucking gargoyles. But there are attractive women out there. Naturally attractive, curvaceous women. I hate to break that to you, but it's the truth. And it's just like there's ripped ass fucking dudes. Not me, but there's ripped ass dudes out there. That's what fantasy and comic books and all that has always been about. Nobody wants to look at a fucking pleb like me going and save the day, baby. Maybe you do. I don't know, but let's go. Let's read this article together. X-Men 97 lead character designer and director confirmed Disney redesigning characters for body diversity and to, quote, stay relevant. Okay. Now, hold on. Let me just move this to an easier screen for myself here because I want to go back and forth with this, right? This is going to be, X-Men 97 has been embroiled in controversy ever since, X-Men 97 before the Disney Marvel reinvention. No. This is the Disney Marvel reinvention right here. X-Men 97 has been embroiled in controversy ever since the trailer launched. And predictably, clues as to an extremist woke rewriting of the X-Men franchise are beginning to emerge from the Marvel animation property. The lead character designer, Amelia Vidal, has confirmed character redesigns are being done with a diversity, equity, and inclusion agenda in mind. Of course, the DEI, the death knell, you might as well put RIP on that because that is the death knell of properties. The problems for X-Men 97 began when an X-Men 97 producer unveiled that Morph, a shapeshifter in the original show, would be changed to non-binary to push the trans agenda further. This isn't unusual for Marvel, who's been doing the same with Mystique for years in the comics, going so far as to change that Mystique is now the father of Nightcrawler instead of the mother, okay? This change to X-Men 97 with Morph was pushed further as it revealed that the voice actor for the Marvel Disney show is a homosexual activist in the industry. Look, I say this and a lot of people have said it. You can be whatever the fuck you want, right? You can love whatever the hell you want. I don't give a shit what you love. But when it starts to be your only personality trait, when your only personality trait is I'm straight or I am gay or I am bisexual, when that's the only personality trait you have, it's obnoxious as fuck. Dude, I hate that shit so I have a thing, right? I've hated it in like older movies, especially when you had a dude who's like only freaking personality was, oh man, look how much pussy I'm slaying. That shit gets annoying because it's like, is this a one-dimensional character? And it's the same thing for any other thing, for any other orientation. But when you start rechanging characters, again, it just screams of laziness and just tokenizing stuff. Why can't you just make original characters? No, because that would require originality, right? Next, X-Men fans complain about design changes to Rogue. In Marvel, Rogue was a heartthrob character, but now she's been decurved to appear more androgynous, with YouTube commentators noting that the character now has a uniboob. Yep. In addition, no booty. It was noted that Storm had been changed in the cartoon to have a more masculine features with a square jaw and different proportions, in addition to her wearing a suit and having a shaved head with a short mohawk to make her look more androgynous. I don't know about all that. This is a look that she's had at times in the comic too. So I don't know about all this. And the suit I don't care about. I just, once again, like this right here, like Storm is a beautiful character. Okay. He has always been a gorgeous character. And they are just kind of like stripping away femininity. They are making it where it's almost like being a woman is a bad thing. Now we've discovered, I know, oh my God, we'll get there. Now we've discovered these changes are intentional. And that's the thing. You know, it's like I could be more forgiving if they were just like, nah, man, look, We just want to save money. I could have been more forgiving. They were like, we just want to save some money and and cut some corners on just the animation, right? So that's why we're giving all the characters to look like this. And I'd be like, oh, well, you know, what are you going to do? Disney's suffering for money, so sure. But no, they are saying specifically that we took advantage. This is in an interview from Tom McLean from Animation Magazine wrote, lead character designer Amelia Vidal says she took advantage of the revival to bring in a full variety of body diversity, right? For example, if we take Jean, Rogue, Storm, and Jubilee, they all have different body proportion, heights, age, physical builds, and posture attitudes. What the fuck are you talking about? They are drawn already in a specific way in the comics. What are you blabbing about? What the hell are you talking about? This statement confirms the suspicion that the female characters have indeed been changed intentionally with an agenda in mind, this time for body positivity, part of the woke movement to pretend like a healthy physique is somehow not a good thing. They're right. Like, where is this fucking detachment from reality that somehow having a healthy physique or something, dude, I wish I was ripped like fucking Cyclops or Wolverine or anything. I wish I could get up my ass and do that. That's not a bad thing to aspire to have that kind of physique. There's this mentality now that somehow being healthy or being in shape or exercise is racist. I've seen that come out of people's mouths, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? The Marvel designer noted that the X-Men are so different from each other. Celebrating those differences makes each character unique and special in a nod to diversity. Oops, sorry. But she didn't stop there in the interview. Like all of the leftist activists involved in Disney Marvel projects like X-Men 97, she continued to say that she was trying to achieve body diversity. The show's director, Jake Castorena, then said the reasoning for this was to stay relevant. This sounds a whole lot like the woke code to redesign characters for modern audiences, which clues us into a lot of activist agenda in television and movies. You're goddamn right. The moment that you see this, hold on. The moment you see this for modern audiences, that's when you know it's going to be a problem, because they have done it with, they did that with Rings of Power. They did that with Rings of Power when they tried to change Tolkien's work. Okay? JRR Tolkien, the greatest goddamn fucking writer that has ever existed, who redefined fantasy as a genre. And they tried to take his timeless works and say, we need to make it for a modern audience. The arrogance of these people to think that they can take these established properties and reshape it in their own image because they can't make anything original, okay? And this just leads to the continued failures, and it will lead to continued failures for Disney, because they are pinning all their hopes on Deadpool 3. And like they're hoping that X-Men 97 like, you know, piques enough intrigue, but that's not their big Hail Mary is Deadpool 3 that's coming out in July of this year. And that's not gonna save the MCU. I hate to break it to these Marvel consumers, but that single film will not do it. Look, hold on a second. I gotta take a sip of this. I am sure that Deadpool 3 will be a successful film. I'm sure of it. Okay? Hell, it may even be fun to watch. I know I'll be watching it opening day, but it's going to be an outlier. It will be an outlier because it'll be an anomaly. This has already happened in 2021 with SpiderMan No Way Home, which was still, that movie came out in the pandemic era and it was a fortune. Okay? That was the slap in the face, the greatest debunk of the, oh, any film that failed was because of the pandemic. No, because that movie made a fortune in 2021, okay? When there were still businesses being closed because of the fucking pandemic, all right? Spider-Man No Way Home was a multi-billion-dollar success. Billion with a B, okay? That movie made like $2 billion. If not two, it was like, I don't know, $5 million short or something like that. And that paid fitting tribute to multiple generations of Spider-Man portrayals. Spider-Man as in Peter Parker, not Miles Morales, who's just Miles Morales, okay? They paid tribute to Spider-Man portrayals on the big screen, multiple generations, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland. It was the perfect storm of awesomeness, okay? But the only effect that it really had for the MCU as a whole was to help Doctor Strange cross the finish line, okay? Because remember, Doctor Strange, MOM, cost $300 million to make with an advertising budget that was close to $200 million. And that movie didn't make $1 billion. It made like $950 million, which means that when you give half of that to the studio, that movie only made like $20 million in profits. You think that Disney is in the, and that was like the only success they had that year. You think that Disney is in the business of making investments of hundreds of millions of dollars, $450 million investments to come back with $20 million in profit? That doesn't even pay one of their their chief executive officers' salary for the year. No single film can save the MCU. Not a single film can save it. The MCU or the MCU needs to be scrapped and ripped from the roots entirely. But Disney and then left, they need to leave it alone. Okay? The only hope that Marvel Studios has is take it out, all that, throw it in the garbage, and leave it alone for like 5 to 10 years. Don't put out anything. And then put out a brand new reboot. But Kevin Feige won't because of his arrogance, because he would consider it a failure. He's come out and said that before. But Disney and these woke zombies that clamber at the House of Mouse are too dumb to understand that. And we know that these will be failures because we've known that they would fail. We've known that they will fail because we've already seen it in the comics. Okay? These characters like Kamala Khan and America Chavez and Miles Morales and Riri Williams and Kate Bishop and Lady Thor, they've already tanked the Western comic book industry. Nobody wanted to see these tokenized versions of their beloved characters. The Western comic book industry has been in shambles for ages now. Manga has been destroying it. Go to your local, I dare any one of you, any of these woke zombies, I dare you, go to your local bookstore, okay? First off, you won't find a goddamn comic book store anymore because they're closing all over the place. There's a comic book store near me that's closing, okay? Go to your local bookstore. Go to like a Barnes and Nobles. I invite you to go to a Barnes and Nobles. Go to a Books A Million. Go to whatever you have as a bookstore nowadays. Go look at the two. Make a comparison. Go look for the graphic novel section. Okay? Go look for the graphic novel section and then go look at the manga section. The graphic novel section will be lucky if it has 2 shelves. And usually what they do is they do this. Ready? You see my books up there? Okay? The bottom shelf will be stacked like that individually, and then the top shelf, they'll put it flat so that it takes up more space. It'll be like three graphic novels in hardcover, and they'll put it like that, and it'll take up more space on the display. Yet you go to manga, and it's like goddamn 20 damn shelves full of it. Okay? The Japanese has been destroying the Western comic book industry, and we've seen the MCU repeating the same mistakes that's why we know where it's going. You're seeing it in real time. So to ask what is next for Marvel, more failures. They have no idea where they're going with all this. You can tell in phase 1, 2, and 3 that they had a clear goal. Get to Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet saga. That's it. We got to get to Thanos. And they did it. They built it up from the get-go. From the first films, they started working on that, okay? Now they're scrambling. They're throwing whatever they can at the wall, hoping it'll stick. They're like, Jesus Christ, will that stick? No, that's failing. Throw the next. Nope, that's failing. Nope, that's what they're doing. They're scrambling. They're ad-libbing. And you cannot do that with a massive project like the cinematic universe. You can't do that with a comic book industry. And while they might want to pump the brakes on their movies, because according to Bob Iger, they sacrifice quality for quantity. They need to do more than pump the brakes on that car. They need to get out the damn vehicle. You need to get the hell out that damn car, pour some gas on it, and light that shit on fire. Because right now, The only thing that the MCU serves is as an example to show how far the mighty have fallen. Anyway, this has been your boy Jose. Let me know what you guys think. I wanted to touch on a little bit more about X-Men, about Deadpool 3. You guys tell me what you think, especially in particular about Deadpool 3. I like Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. I think he's the perfect Ryan Reynolds. Blah, blah. Yes, Ryan Reynolds is the perfect Ryan Reynolds. I think Ryan Reynolds is the perfect Wade. I think he's perfect for Deadpool. Even in that garbage X-Men Wolverine Origin movie, he was still very good as Deadpool then. That Deadpool, what he became, was not. But because that thing was an abomination, and that's why he killed it in the movie. But he makes a great Wade Wilson, and he makes a great Deadpool. I like him as that. I love Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman is so goddamn talented, and he brought Wolverine to life in a way that has endured for decades. But I don't see that movie doing anything to course correct, okay? I see it as a blip, and I want to know if you guys think the same thing. I hope that it's fun. I hope that it's enjoyable, and I hope that we get a lot of funny cameos, because that's going to be what's going to make it entertaining. But we saw from the trailer that they're already inserting the TVA. They're inserting the goddamn stuff from Loki that nobody's watched. So I want you guys to tell me, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think that there's any hope? If you think there's hope for Disney, if you think there's, forget Disney, right? Forget Disney. Because Disney is a many-headed hydra that is floundering right now. And to have hope for Disney, we'd have to touch on all their different properties. Do you think there's hope for Marvel? Okay, for the MCU? If so, why? Or what do you think they need to do? What do you think they need to do to course correct and fix all this? Because to me, like I said, I think that they need to just scrap it. Like after that, you know what they would do? If it was up to me, if I could wave my hand and say, listen, this is what was going to happen, and you got to do it, damn it, Disney. I would literally have Deadpool kill the entire MCU, okay? Just like in that comic where Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, okay? And that was a what if. But do something crazy like that, hit the goddamn big reset button, because that would be fun, and just go from there. Because I don't know if they can make it to Secret War. I truly don't feel like they're going to be able to make it to Secret War. And they're hoping, you know, with the casting of Fantastic Four, you know, Pedro Pascal, who I think is a great actor. I don't think he's going to be a good Reed Richards. He doesn't give me the Reed Richards vibe, but I think he's a phenomenal actor. He's a fucking idiot IRL. He's a fucking moron, but I think he's a great actor. I do. I do. But I don't think that they understand that these outliers like Deadpool 3 are not going to save this company. So you guys let me know what you guys think. As always, I truly appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos, to comment, to listen. I truly appreciate that, man. You guys make it all worthwhile. I hope I give you guys some entertainment. And as always, please, please, please take care of yourselves. Tell someone you know you love them. Hug them. Time is precious. I always say that your time is precious. I thank you for sharing it with me. And please take care of yourselves. Stay safe.